Hey Saber fans, this is Adam from Blue Force Sabers. Welcome back. Just finished this awesome Ultrasabers rebuild. Really happy the way this paint came out. Did a couple of new techniques with this one, which I'll go over in a minute. But this was an awesome saber. I picked this one up online for a really great price, and I really love the emitter on this. So I wanted to customize it, make it more of a Sith design, and I think I really accomplished that with this one. So before I jump into the paint design of this and how I did it, inside, this was just a stunt saber, so I gutted it out, ripped out that just standard switch, put in a 16mm red illuminated switch. I have my custom chassis that I make for these with a 28mm bass speaker, which sounds really amazing with this one, especially with the sound font that's loaded on. Super great bass with this. Switched out the pommel to enhance that bass and the sound of this with a custom saber shop pommel. Remember, this was just a stunt saber, so it just had a regular old pommel on there, no vent, so we put a vented pommel on there, and it really highlights the sound of this. Super loud. Have a recharge board in there, so you can just recharge it, or you can pop the battery out on the chassis with a custom kill key, 18650 battery, and then it has the awesome Verso soundboard. So if you're not familiar with the Verso board, it is a, I guess you can consider it a entry-level board. It's a little more basic than, say, like your CFX or your Profi board and stuff, but it still has the really cool smooth swing. And the biggest thing with this board too is right now you have just one sound font. You have your 16 colors that you can switch through, so you really have that cool feature with this one with the full RGB LED. And of course the smooth swing as well, and then you have your clash and your flash on clash and stuff. But this board is still really in development. This was just the first firmware that Cal came out with from KR Sabers, but there's a huge update that's going to be coming very soon for this board. So that's kind of one of the cool things with this one, is that it's still in development. They're still working on it, and they're really going to pump in a ton of features into this board. Accent swings, multiple sound fonts. There's literally a ton of features. There's a video out there he posted that's going to be coming, and it's really going to flesh out this board even more and make it better than it already is. But even at this stage, it's pretty cool. Super easy to upgrade. You just literally throw it on the SD card, and it's easy access to it. The update will automatically flash when you boot it up, and then you'll have all the cool new features when that comes out. So it's that the cool thing with this board being in development is that you're kind of on the cutting edge of something that's going to be coming out that's even going to be better. So with that out of the way, let's get into what I did with this saber. So I wanted to go with a real Sith design, but I wanted to try something different with this paint scheme on this one. So up here at the emitter, I love the way this emitter looks. So this is actually a multi-layer paint that I did on this one. Sanded it all down. It was just a plain old black saber, and I'll post a picture. You can see right there up top. Not a whole lot to it. Still looks cool, but doesn't tell a story. I always like to tell a story with my saber, so the paint and the damage really kind of brings something unique to it and something different. So what I did is I sanded it down, took flat black, painted over that to get a cool base layer to it. Went in here with silver, which you can kind of see up here on the tips. There is a silver coating up there, and then went down to this metallic blue, down to a metallic red, down to a gold, which you can see over here on the back sides, and it just comes out in certain areas, and then went with a black on top of that. So the reason I did that is because when I sand it down and I do different things with the saber, as far as making the paint come out in this color, I could sand down to different levels and really mixed it in like cool different spots. So you can see like the damage here. This was actually blue on top, but with that red underneath, I was able to sand down to the red, and really now it blends in much smoother than if I just cut it off here and paint it blue and then red and gold. So it gives this cool variation like around the edges here. So you got some blue with the red mixed in, down here to the gold, and then it's in this multi-layer going from silver to blue to red to gold. And of course you have your damage in there. Now all these screws are around here are retention screws. There's 4 of them. I just don't have the screws in right now, but of course it would come with them. And then, so I mixed it in. I wanted the gold down here as the base on the emitter. So now you get into the grip area. So you have the gold with the damage that mixes in. Down to this cool grenade style grip area. And of course we have our retention screw for the LED. I always like to lock that in. So you get no wobble, no shake, as is typical with Ultrasaber Sabers. They don't lock their LEDs in. So you have all this just slight damage here. Got the red that's popping out. Makes it look like a really cool Sith design and color scheme. Down to the switch. Got a cool lightning effect here. And then of course you have just the red that's going to highlight that lightning effect. The black around it. A little more damage on the back side. Down further into the secondary grip section. Now it's just sanded down so to mimic as if you're holding the saber, you get this wear in just certain spots. Retention screw for the chassis, so that's all locked in place. A couple of scratch marks, and then we have this now transition from this red into the gold, which now mixes into the pommel area. Sound port and vent. So the sound font I loaded on here is from Lord Blako. This is Pitch Black, one of my favorites. Has a really great deep bass hum to it. So you'll see when you press the button here, it'll go into flash. You'll get your boot up sound. So the great thing with this board too is it goes into a deep sleep mode, so it saves that battery life. So even if you don't have the kill key in there, which cuts the power completely, it goes into this deep sleep mode. We'll hit it again. You can really hear that deep bass on this. Great sounding sound font. Nice red blade. And you got the windows. And your smooth swing. Depending on how fast you move it. Flash on flash. Super easy to switch your colors. Double press. Use the color changing sound. And just keep pressing through so you found that color that you like. Love this amberish yellow color. Really great font. Sounds amazing. So there you go. So that is a new Ultrasabers rebuild. It's going to be going up on the Etsy store for sale. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys as always. Subscribe, check back, leave a like. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all your support too. I've been getting a lot of love on these Saber rebuilds, and so I really hope you enjoy them. And the time and effort that I'm taking into trying to learn different paint designs and trying to make it a little bit different to tell this really cool story of a custom saber that hopefully someone will own fairly soon. So as always, check back and take care. God bless.